What is going on, guys? QKnightZ here, and welcome back for another Call of Duty Zombies Top 5. And in today's video, we'll be going over the 5 most hated wonder weapons in Zombies history that actually kinda kick ass if you just know how to use them. And these are wonder weapons that the majority of the community tends to hate on. They tend to throw some shade their way. Shade that, in my opinion, these weapons just don't deserve. Now, I'm sure at least some of you guys are already fans of at least a couple of the weapons on this list, but I'm hoping by the end of this video, you'll be able to see what makes each of these wonder weapons great in their own special way. Now, if you do enjoy this video, and you want to drop a hot, juicy like on it, I don't know why I called the like juicy, that really doesn't make a lot of sense, but if you do want to drop a like on the video, I sure would appreciate it. You'd be a cool cat in my book. But guys, without any further hesitation, let's get into this. So coming in at our number 5 spot, we have the VR11 from Call of the Dead. And I feel as though Call of the Dead in general is just overlooked, but when you do think of Call of the Dead, you tend to think of the Scavenger, and I mean, why wouldn't you? It's one of the single coolest concepts for a wonder weapon of all time. I mean, an infrared sniper rifle that shoots explosive shots? Sign me up, boy. I mean, that is why it's one of my personal favorite wonder weapons of all time. But the problem with the Scavenger is, after round 36, the thing becomes progressively more and more useless until it doesn't kill the zombies at all. Now, that doesn't mean it's a bad wonder weapon, but what that does mean is it just isn't viable for killing zombies on high rounds. But you guys know what wonder weapon is quality for high rounds? The VR11. And you're probably typing in the comments right now, Quinn, you ignorant slut, the VR11 is a 3-shot kill to a single zombie on any round, and that's true. The VR11 is pretty much completely useless for killing zombies on solo. In co-op, however, this gun will make any other weapon, even the unpack-a-punched M1911, a one-shot kill on any round, as well as make you completely invincible. I mean, does that sound good to you? Because it sounds good to me. If you don't know how this works on co-op, when one player has the pack-a-punched VR11 or the VR11 Lazarus and shoots another player, that player will be granted what is essentially a zombie blood before zombie blood even existed, where the zombies can't see you or hit you, and you'll also be given an insta-kill effect on literally any round. So you're on round 100, you shoot an unpack-a-punch cold at a zombie, it's gonna die. And it just makes this a kick-ass weapon for co-op high rounds. It's much better than any other setup available on Call of the Dead. And one of the coolest things I discovered about this is you can stack it. So say you have the VR11 and you shoot another player with all of your ammo, all like 40 shots that are in it, they will literally be invincible and invisible and have an insta-kill for like 5 to 10 minutes straight. It's actually crazy, and it's such a cool thing that they put into Call of the Dead. But anyways, it's just a great weapon, something that is so overlooked. I mean, it's something I kinda knew about, but never had tried it on a co-op strategy, and once I tried it, I realized just how good this weapon is, and it comes in at our number 5 spot. Taking our number 4 spot, we have the Void Bow, or the Kruger's Luscious Goat Skins, which the Void Bow, I don't know if it's necessarily disliked, but it is so underrated. And you could really say this for the Fire Bow as well, because the only 2 bows that people ever seem to use are the Lightning Bow to just sit in a corner with no skill whatsoever, or use the Wolf Bow for trains, which even the Wolf Bow doesn't see nearly as much use as the Lightning. But of the 2 bows that are often overlooked, I feel as though the Void is the one that really is the most underrated. I mean, if you truly are going for a high round run in a solo game, then yes, the Lightning Bow is the way to go, absolutely. It's going to be the easiest route and the most effective route. But if you're in a co-op game, I would personally be more than happy to take the Void Bow. It's fantastic for the Easter egg boss fight, and the purple skulls will like pick away at the zombies while you're taking care of the panzers and the keeper, and for the high rounds, the Void Bow is a huge asset when reviving teammates, as a few charge shot will give you more than enough time to get everyone revived. And of all the weapons that are on this list, I don't think this is necessarily the most underrated, but it's the one that gets the most hate that I truly just don't understand. I don't know where the animosity towards this bow comes from. Regardless, the Void Bow takes our number 4 spot. Freezing us in our tracks at the number 3 spot, That was a terrible pun. I am truly sorry, guys. Coming in at number 3, we have the Winter's Howl. And if you've never used this gun or forgot that it existed completely, the Winter's Howl was a wonder weapon that was introduced on 5 and was also included on the Black Ops 1 Verrückt remake. And in contrast to me not understanding the hate for the Void Bow, for this weapon, I get it. I don't agree with it, but I get it. And the reason for that is we kind of have to go back and look at the community when 5 first dropped. And at that point, in 2010, the only wonder weapons the community had experienced, not including the Raygun, were the Wonderwaff, which was a badass weapon, you guys know, electrocutes a massive chain of zombies with a single shot, and the Thunder Gun, which to this day remains one of the best wonder weapons in zombies history. So when the 2010 community heard about the wonder weapon in 5, a pistol that unleashes an ice storm on the zombies, I'm sure everyone was like, oh shit dude, this is going to be so badass, gonna kill all the zombies. I'm sure this weapon is OP as hell, just like the Thunder Gun on Kino. And if you go into it using it with that mindset, then yes, the Winter's Howl is a little underwhelming. But this weapon still really shines, mostly on 5 once you Pack-a-Punch it. On Verrückt, it really isn't that useful past round 20. It can't be Pack-a-Punch, it doesn't have a lot of ammo, and Verrückt has always been a map where traps are the ticket to high rounds versus guns. But on 5, I mean, this weapon is badass. Once you Pack-a-Punch it into the Winter's Fury, it absolutely decimates the Pentagon Thief. I mean, just take a look at this clip.
Detected on level 3. Initiate security protocol 115. Attention. Containment failure. System monitoring will remain on alert status.
Max ammo!
Being able to stop the Pentagon Thief before he steals your guns is an absolute necessity on 5, and getting a free bonfire sale which makes the Pack-a-Punch cost 1,000 points is a huge bonus. Apart from being great for taking out the boss, this gun is a very effective killer up until around 40-ish, and after that, yeah, it does get rather weak, but it's still stronger than any other gun on the map. I mean, personally, I am an avid believer that there doesn't need to be an OP wonder weapon on every map. I mean, if we had an Apothecant Servant or a Thunder Gun or an Ice Staff on every single map, zombies, at least for me, would get stale very quickly. That's one of the reasons that I absolutely adore maps like 5 and Nuketown, because they truly do get harder as the rounds progress, as your guns are getting consistently weaker and the zombies are getting stronger. Anyways, the Winter's Howl takes our number 3 spot. Alright guys, coming in at number 2, we have the Raygun, more specifically, the Black Ops 3 Raygun, and oh boy, Ronald Raygun, what have they done to you? You went from your godlike status in World at War, to the glory days of the PhD combo in Black Ops 1, to being overshadowed by the Mark II, but still good in Black Ops 2, to literally being seen as one of the worst weapons in all of Black Ops 3 zombies, and to that, I say to you, it's time to stop. The Raygun, it's still useful, even in Black Ops 3. I feel like my home slice Stitch from Lilo and Stitch describes the Black Ops 3 Raygun best.
It's little and broken, but still good. Yeah, still good.
The Raygun, it isn't great in Black Ops 3, but it is useful. It's extremely effective and powerful for the boss fights on pretty much any map. It's great for getting through the early rounds. Up until the mid-30s, it's super effective and kills the zombies really quickly. And you know, really all that holds it back from being a great weapon, even in BO3, is the lack of an ability to double Pack-a-Punch it. I understand why that's not an option, but still, I just wish the option was there. Anyways, the Raygun, to all the haters out there, just knock it off. It comes in at number 2. Guys, I'm about to do something a little bit crazy, a little bit, dare I say, kinky. I'm going to defend the jet gun in 2017. You know, my transit streams over the past few months have really led to an appreciation for that map that I can't quite explain. If you've watched my streams, you know that I absolutely love the maps Town and Nuketown. Those maps get progressively harder and harder as the rounds go on because there is no way to insta-kill the zombies. There are no traps, and the only wonder weapons are the Raygun and the Raygun Mark II. That makes getting to rounds past 50 incredibly long and incredibly tedious. The rounds begin to take hours at a time very early on, as you're hitting the box mid-round to get another Raygun or another Mark II just to continue picking at the Horde. On transit, you do have one insta-kill option on the map, and that is the Jet Gun. The Jet Gun is an insta-kill weapon on literally any round, and it has unlimited ammo. I hear the Jet Gun often compared to the Paralyzer, but the Paralyzer becomes completely useless after round 70. It does no damage to the zombies after round 70. You would literally be better off using an SMR to kill the round 70 zombies. The Paralyzer becomes a complete useless weapon. But the Jet Gun is the key to high rounds, and yes, it is tough to use. You have to be smart to use this weapon. This weapon will literally break apart in your hands if you overheat it. You can't have a shield while you use this weapon, and if one of the parts falls in the lava when you break it, it's game over. You can't build the Jet Gun again. But if you are smart with this weapon, you don't overheat it, and you make damn sure you have stamina up, the Jet Gun really isn't that bad. I have a lot of fun whenever I seriously try to use it. Whenever I'm not memeing on the Jet Gun, it's actually a lot of fun to use. It's very easy to go down with if you play stupid, but that is the trade-off with this weapon. You get an infinitely killing weapon with infinite ammo in exchange for using one of the most difficult and just mind-bogglingly broken weapons to use in Call of Duty Zombies history. I mean, it is tough to use this thing. You just can't argue that. You can't sprint with it. To cool it down, you have to hold it out and just walk with it. You cannot sprint at all. You just have to walk with it and hope the zombies don't completely wreck you. It is the single biggest example of a high-risk, high-reward weapon in Call of Duty Zombies, and that's why I love it, because it makes things difficult, and really, I like things to be a little bit difficult. I like to live dangerously, just like Austin Powers. But guys, that concludes today's top 5. If you did enjoy it, like I said, if you want to drop a juicy like, I would definitely appreciate it. And I gotta say, I missed making videos, man. I mean, I definitely do love streaming, but videos is what I started YouTube for, and I'm gonna try to keep it up. Anyways, guys, thank you for your support. If you've got like another top 5 you want me to make, or if you have a gun, actually, right now, guys, if there's a gun you think I missed that like deserves some love that doesn't get it, let me know in the comments right now. Throw it in the comment section right now if you got to this part of the video. But you guys are all amazing. It's crazy to think the last time I posted a video and not a stream was at 90k subs, and that was less than 4 months ago. We have almost tripled in sub count since then. But guys, I will see you in the next one. Bye.